If you've been paying attention, there's been a serious effort to slow down Ripple and the adoption of XRP. And it's funny, if you hear Chris Larson talk, we're not trying to replace the US dollar, the yuan, or the euro. So, what's the threat? Well, it's to the current banking system, it's to the banking cartel and the stranglehold they have over the financial system. I mean, they milk the government for fees just the same as they do everyone else. And so, what's really interesting, long before there was a Hinman, long before there was a Jay Clayton, Ripple had significant problems with the U.S. government kicking their door and causing all sorts of problems. And it all started with Roger Ver. We have this post by Digital Asset Investor where Tucker Carlson just interviewed Roger Ver, who's still having problems with the U.S. government. They're trying to extradite him, throw him in jail forever. And Roger saw the potential here and what this technology would do. And understand this, Roger was, a driving force early in this company. There probably may not be a Ripple success story today without Roger. And when he purchased, I think it was $400,000 worth of XRP, FinCEN kicked in Ripple's doors and just disrupted everything they were doing. Now, the fine was like, a few $100,000, not a major deal, but it could have put the company under in those early days. They didn't have billions of dollars to fight off the US government. And it didn't stop there. They didn't just pay the fine and they went away. It was almost a half a decade of audits, constant audits, yearly and annual audits. And so if you think about it, the government, they've been in Ripple's business from almost inception with FinCEN just combing through everything they did year after year to now the SEC. And it's clear what's going on. They're trying to slow down the adoption of this cryptocurrency. And just so you understand how important Roger Ver is, he didn't just buy some XRP from Ripple. He funded David Schwartz's salary for the first year of work at the company. Without him, probably no David Schwartz, likely no XRP, no Ripple. This guy was front and center, and his vision then is the same as now, being able to have a free financial system, which of course the overlords of that financial system, they don't like it. They don't like it at all. And so really this has been the problem all along. It's not about the government. It's not about the government's power in, replacing currencies, replacing your dollars and euros. It's all about replacing the financial system, and they call on their cronies, their buddies at the government. And they're like, go in there and do everything you can to disrupt them. And it's amazing Ripple has had the success they have to date. What you think about that, FinCEN for almost a half a decade up in your business on a regular basis, and then the SEC. They're coming out of this stronger than ever, and there ain't no one left to get in their way. It's going to be off to the races here. It's pretty amazing here. Vincent Van Code makes a really interesting layout here of why RLUSD may be a game changer. And, Tether, Circle, USDC, they have a huge stranglehold, globally with all the retail use cases and a lot of institutional use cases. But as he lays out in his points here, when you look at transparency, risk compliance, and regulated custody, Ripple can take this to the next level where if you're a bank and you're going to be using a stable coin, if you are, a corporate treasury and you need to ensure safety is paramount and you have different standards, this really could be a game changer where you see RLUSD being the one that they have to hold, that they're required to hold because it meets certain, standards that the rest of them don't. This could really take things to the next level. It takes time, but understand this. We're going to get stablecoin regulations in this country, and you're going to see, the use case of this technology skyrocket. BlackRock, they're already getting ready for it. When you look at their BUIDL system, it's amazing. You're going to be able to cash out your treasuries eventually. Right now, you cash out and you get a wire transfer. In the future, you're going to cash out any time of day or night, and you're going to be able to get stablecoins usable at a moment's notice in your wallet. This technology is important, and this could be a leader. And yes, it's going to run on Ethereum, but it's also going to run on the XRP ledger, and that's going to give you your fastest experience, your most cost-effective experience. It really could be a world-class, stablecoin. And if people start adopting that and using that, leveraging the XRP ledger's attributes, more on-chain liquidity, it really could be a game changer here. Now, Raul Paul, he's saying, Sui and Solana. They've had a nice clean break, but Sui should outperform the rest of the bull market. He says, you know what? I own them both, and they're fantastic in different ways. Solana is lower risk, but Sui has more upside. Sui, however we want to call it. Now, here's the deal. I truly believe, and it's nothing against Solana, it's going to go up for sure. It's a top altcoin, but I think it had an early run and people misconstrue and think it's going to continue to outperform. And I think it's going to underperform from now to the top of the market compared to a lot of its contemporaries. We'll see it play out. Maybe I'm wrong, but I absolutely believe that SWI is going to outperform Solana in a significant way. I'm not saying it's going to pass it in terms of market cap this cycle, but I think in terms of growth percentage from now to the top, you're going to want SWI. Let me know down below which one of those two you like best. And do you think Solana is going to go on another massive tear and outperform the market? Or do you think from now to the top it'll underperform a bit? Want to see what you had to say about that. Crypto or us? This is huge. This is telling us we're getting ready. The big dogs know what's up. The past 48 hours, BlackRock, Fidelity, they bought over $500 million worth of Ethereum. I'm telling you, when that sucker takes off, you know it's on like Donkey Kong. It's all over Red Rover. The bull run festivities, the real main party is going to start, and it's going to be massive. I see people saying that Ethereum is going to miss this bull run. And whether you have it or not, when you see it take off, know the rest of your alts, they're going to do even more. That's the moment where you know it's game time. President Trump, he just swapped $5 million worth of USDC for Ethereum. The big dogs, they know what's happening. You see BlackRock, Fidelity, they're getting ready for this next leg up. So is the president. Also, $1 million worth of Chainlink and $1 million worth of Aave as well. What's going to be his next buys? Let's make it XRP. That would be epic. But either way, those in the know that this bull run ain't over. We're just getting ready to go. And lastly, we look at this chart from Crypto R Us. According to the Bitcoin Bubble Index, retail hasn't even started yet. They're not in. Their interest isn't at peak form just yet. We're going to get there. You're starting to see that bubble up a little bit. Your regular people that aren't really in crypto, they're starting to ask some questions. They're starting to poke around, but it's not mania. If you've been around the crypto space before, you know what happens when we get there. Everyone is all about what's the next token? Should I buy Bitcoin? All this kind of stuff. It's nonstop. It's insane. We have not reached peak insanity yet. We haven't even started. I think our best days are ahead of us. Let me know what you think down below. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.